Traveling healthy is one thing. Traveling independently in your own car with no arms, that's something completely different. And that's Nicky Abdenor for you, passionately challenging the stereotypes of disability by highlighting her abilities.
Born without arms and shortened legs, Nicky's birth baffled many medical experts at the time. Her life seemed destined for difficulty, but that was only until her positive outlook took over.
One of the most important things in my life has been my own personality and attitude to having a physical disability. I think that I've focused on how I think about my situation rather than feeling like I'm a product of that situation. I can't change the fact that I've got a physical disability, but I can change the way I think of the disability and how it doesn't have to limit me. I can focus on what I can do. A big impact on my life was certainly being involved in mainstream schooling from a young age, and I think that school had a great impact on me in that they prepared all the other children to know about me and know about my disability, know that I write and draw with my foot. So by the time I reached that school, I was a bit of a celebrity in some respects because I think everybody knew about me and wanted to be friends with me. At school, if everybody was swimming in the gala, I swam too. They always gave me a head start, so often I'd get right in front. And I even played tennis. When everyone started tennis set, I had to work out how am I going to hold a tennis racket because I didn't want to be left out at all. So I managed to hold a racket between my chin and shoulder, and I'd hit the ball.
Nicky went on to study at the University of Stellenbosch, where she earned herself a master's degree in clinical psychology.
In terms of becoming a clinical psychologist, I don't know if I even knew what a psychologist was growing up. It was only in my high school years that I met somebody who suffered from anxiety and depression. It made me interested in the field. So it was only in my matric year that I really thought about going into psychology. I wanted to be a DJ on the radio. Maybe that career will come later through my psychology on talk radio. But I went on to Stellenbosch University, and the more I studied psychology, the more it made sense to me, and I wanted to pursue a career in it. If I had to think of a message to send to other people with disabilities and their families, is that the most important thing is to focus what you can do and not what you can't do. And you feel much better in terms of achieving things in your life. So I think perseverance is key, to keep trying and never give up.
Nicky always dreamed of being able to drive, and that dream became a reality with a specially customized car donated to her from the UK.
I have quite a funny story when I first learned to drive, is that when the car came from England, I went with my mother quite a bit in the suburbs, just getting a feel for the car. And when I finally approached a driving school to help me learn the K53 rules of driving, this man took me for a drive on the road, and at the end of the lesson, when we arrived back at my house, he said, "Ooh, did I forget to tell you that I'm actually going to Joburg and I'm not going to be able to teach you to drive anymore?" I've got a feeling that guy was totally freaked out. I think at the moment, my project Nicky's Drive is really what is driving me. I feel so passionate about the fact that people with disabilities can be independent, they can have a career, they can have a good quality of life. And I think what is so integral to that is to help mobilize resources to help people be independent, as I have been very fortunate to be. Okay, I'm going to show you how you drive without arms. First of all, you need an automatic car. And then on the brake pedals are two switches that I move with my toe. And the one raises and drops the handbrake, and the other one changes the gear. The biggest adaptation of this car is my steering system. On the right side, I have a joystick control, which I rest my shoulder on. And if I move my shoulder forward, it spins the wheel left. And if I move my shoulder backwards, it spins the wheel right. Okay, so I'm ready to take you for a drive. The one thing about driving with this car is that you create so much attention. I think with the bigger cars, they're quite amazed to see how this steering wheel is just spinning on its own. And whenever I get petrol, all the parking attendants want to fight over who's going to put petrol in my car. So it's quite funny. Right, that's my story. Please check out my website, nickysdrive.com. And if you're wondering why the seat's empty, it's because Michael was too scared to drive with me. Michael, you should know, mountain biking is way more dangerous than driving with me.
It may be a little out of taste to say that a vehicle like that costs an arm and a leg, but I know Nikki's got a wicked sense of humor and she'd appreciate it just like we appreciate you, Nikki. Thank you for your inspiration. And thank you for watching Hello Doctor. Join us next week as we delve into diabetes with Charlene Surtee-Richards, look at how to painstakingly manage pain and what your DNA tells you about you. Until then, good night, God bless, and stay healthy.